In a world where humans and mutants coexist, a group of mutants seeking peace and friendship with humans is led by Professor Charles Xavier, who has the ability to control others' thoughts and actions, and his students Dr. Jean Grey, who has telepathic and telekinetic abilities, Cyclops, who can fire an optic blast from his eyes, and Storm, who can create weather and lightning. Sabretooth, who has a saber tooth, Toad, who has a frog-like tongue, and Mystique, a shapeshifter, are among the other mutants. They are commanded by Magneto, who has a strong hate for the human race as a result of his sad history as a young Eric in Nazi-ruled Poland and now possesses the power to produce magnetic fields. Senator Robert Kelly introduces a Mutant Registration Act in the United States Congress, which would require mutants to publicly identify their names and powers. Magneto begins making preparations to battle mankind. Meanwhile, in Mississippi, a mutant girl named Marie, Rogue, realizes that the contact of her skin physically harms that person by stealing their powers and flees her home. In Canada, she encounters another mutant, Logan, the Wolverine, with fast healing abilities and retractable metallic claws that he pulls from within his body when attacked. Logan drives away with his vehicle after a disagreement and offers Rogue a ride. Sabretooth suddenly attacks both of them. Cyclops and Storm come and save Logan and Rogue before escorting them to Professor Xavier's house. Professor Xavier discloses to Logan that he maintains a facility disguised as a school where they teach young mutants in the appropriate use of their talents, after which they can either rejoin normal society or remain as X-Men. They are working beneath the surface to prevent Magneto from initiating a war with mankind. Rogue enrolls at school and develops an interest in a boy named Bobby Drake there. Senator Kelly, the face of anti-mutant protests, is kidnapped and transported to Magneto by Mystique and Toad. Magneto operates a contraption that releases radiation on Kelly and purposely creates mutation, but Kelly escapes captivity thanks to his new powers. After an accident leads Rogue to inherit Logan's powers, Mystique, dressed as Bobby, convinces her that others are terrified of her and that she should quit the school. Xavier has a gadget called Cerebro that he employs to track out mutants, and he uses it to track down the fleeing Rogue at a train station. Mystique infiltrates Cerebro and destroys it. Logan rides his bike to the train station and persuades Rogue to stay with Xavier. Cyclops and Storm also come to the station in pursuit of her, but a struggle breaks out when Magneto, Toad, and Sabretooth arrive and kidnap Rogue. Kelly, now a new mutant, seeks Dr. Gray's assistance at Xavier's school to be cured, but he dissolves into a puddle of water as his mutation becomes unstable. Magneto transports Rogue to Liberty Island and atop the Statue of Liberty. He plans to use his gadget on global leaders gathered for a UN conference on adjacent Ellis Island to turn them into mutants. The X-Men discover that the machine pulls its energy from Magneto, which has weakened him to the point of near death in past usage, therefore he has abducted Rogue, who can absorb his abilities and then be used to start his machine. Xavier tries to locate Rogue using Cerebro, but the corrupted machine puts him in a coma. Jean repairs it and finds Rogue on Liberty Island. Logan, Jean, Cyclops, and Storm take a jet to the top of the monument, where they fight Mystique masquerading as Logan. Toad is slain by Storm's lightning, and Mystique seems to be killed by Logan, but Magneto uses his magnetic powers to incapacitate the gang. Magneto is informed by the X-Men that Kelly has died and that his machine is a murderer, not a converter. Magneto, on the other hand, pushes ahead with his scheme, claiming that it is fair. Magneto gives his talents to Rogue, who is compelled to sit within the machine before it can be started. Logan breaks away and engages Sabretooth in combat. Cyclops, with the assistance of Jean, fires his optic rays at Sabretooth, blasting him out of the statue. Storm generates a storm with Jean to catapult Logan to the top of Magneto's contraption. Logan tries to stop the machine and save Rogue as time runs out, but Magneto, who has regained some of his strength, stops Logan's claws. Cyclops finds a clean shot, hurting Magneto and helping Logan to destroy the contraption before the radiation reaches the populace. Logan successfully transfers his regenerative talents to a dying Rogue, who heals after placing his hand to her face. Magneto has been apprehended. Professor Xavier awakens from his coma, and the gang discovers that Mystique is still alive and well, posing as Senator Kelly. Xavier takes Logan to a military installation near Alkali Lake in an attempt to help him understand more about his background. Magneto informs Xavier that he will continue his fight, to which Xavier swears that he, and the X-Men, will always be there to stop him.